Hey, welcome back to Inspired Minds 360 podcast. Today's topic of conversation, Cyn Santana's comments on black men. Let's have a conversation. I want to start off this by saying that, Cyn said some things that got certain people in an uproar, so to speak. So let's take a moment to listen to what she had to say, and we'll get right back to the conversation.
Men are way more possessive, and black guys cater to us Spanish girls, especially. Like they, you know what? Let me not even get into that.
Oh, she's gonna get herself in trouble now. The black girls,
Yeah, I didn't mean it like that, but black girls gonna take it personal. Nah, but I'm good.
Well, I want to dive right straight into this, right? Because it seems as though many people have taken offense to what Cyn said. And I want to dissect it real quick, if we could do that. The first thing that Cyn said was that she doesn't, or she's not interested in dating any more Latino men or Spanish men, however you wanna phrase it. And I think that that's, again, her preference, her choice to want to do so. She is Latina herself. She comes from that culture. So when she talks about not wanting to deal with Latino men or Spanish men, you have to ask yourself, is she talking about light-skinned Latino men, brown-skinned Latino men, dark-skinned Latino men, right? And she didn't specify. Why is it that we automatically jump to the fact that when she said Latino men, that she's automatically talking about some light-skinned, curly hair, Rico Suave, green eye type of man? Who said she was referring to that Latino man? You get what I'm saying? Now, coming from that culture, whether you are light-skinned Latino, brown-skinned Latino, Afro-Latino, she comes from that culture, so she knows who she's dealing with. So it's her preference, her choice to say that, well, I don't want to deal with Latino men or Spanish men, right? Now, let's move a little bit further now. She goes on to say that she likes dealing with black men. And before she gets on to the fact of why she likes to deal with black men, I think that it's appreciative at the end of the day that she's even saying that. Why do I say that? Because many Latinas on the lighter side, lighter complected side, if you want to say, many of them come from families that don't like black men or don't like the man that looks darker complected, if you understand what I'm saying. So for her to even say that, she acknowledges the fact that, hey, I am attracted to the black man. And again, did she specify what black man she was attracted to? She didn't go off to say, well, I like the light-skinned black man or the brown-skinned black man or the dark-skinned black man. She just said, I like black men more, right? Now, mind you, there's a lot of self-hatred that goes on in certain countries, huh? I mean, especially countries that have been colonized by Europeans and whatnot. That's a serious topic of conversation. And Cyn may have come from that family that says, hey, you know what? We appreciate the black man. Because I personally have met Latina women, light-skinned Latina women, who have said that to me. That their family does not agree with them dating any type of black man. They don't want any brown babies in their family. I've had conversations with Latina women about that. And for them, it's almost as if they, if they were to deal with a black man, it has to be a secret, it has to be something hidden. But Cyn is coming out saying, yo, I'm dealing with the black man at the end of the day, right? And again, did she specify what black man? She did not specify. So why is it that the first thing that we hear when she says, I'm not dealing with Spanish men anymore, Latino men, and I like the black man, that we're thinking she has to deal with she's not dealing with the light-skinned, Latino, curly hair, Latin guy, and she's going for the dark-skinned black guy. Because her black man could be a light-skinned black man who's just as light in complexion as the light-skinned Latino man. So she didn't specify. Now, moving along in the conversation, she said that she likes black men because I guess they cater to her, whatever the case may be, right? What she said is not a lie. That is true. There are many men that will cater to a light-skinned woman. Whether it be light-skinned black woman, light-skinned Latino woman, they will cater to that. Why? Because you have to understand many black men's mentalities. That's what you need to dissect first. The man's mentality. Where did he grow up? Where did he go to school? What type of information was passed through his family? Uplifting black women. If he didn't come from that, what do you expect him to do now? You know what I'm saying? at the end of the day. So I'm saying that to say the black man that is catering to Cyn, that is catering to the Latina women, that is catering and rolling out the red carpet, you have to ask yourself, why is he there mentally that he thinks that the lighter skinned woman is a better choice than the darker skinned woman? If he has grown up in a society like this, governed by Europeans, or however you want to say it, in these societies, they're not pushing black to the forefront, not idolizing the black woman. You get what I'm saying? They're not putting her to the forefront as beauty. So it's unrealistic to me to think that you can be in a European system, such as in the Western world, or the Western worlds, I should say, you know, these different countries, and think that as a black woman, you're gonna be put to the forefront. That's just not the reality, right? So again, you're dealing with your black man, and you're wondering, okay, well, why is he putting Latino women above me? First, you have to find out, where is his mind? Where is that? How was that taught and trained? Because if he's a normal black man growing up, for example, in the US, and he's into hip hop, he's into basketball, what do you think he's seeing? All of these black men, or not all of them, but many of them, have the light-skinned wife, the wife with curvy body, the light eyes. So where do you think his mind is going? His mind is associating success with that. You get what I'm saying? So let's again put it into perspective. I understand where my black women are coming from, but you must try to understand the mind of the black man you are dealing with, or some black men. Because just because we look the same doesn't mean that we think the same. And you might say to yourself, well, I love my black man, no matter what complexion he comes in. I might meet a black man who says different. So let's not forget, the history of how things happen, especially in the Western world. We had a play on house slave versus the field slave, and things like that went on, that to me plays a part in how people move today. So anyway, jumping back to the story of what Cyn said to Angela Yee. I don't bash Cyn. Cyn did not create herself. That's how she was created. Now, I hope that she knows, as a Latina woman, that her curvy side to her comes from Africa. Many Latinos, whether they know it, don't know it, want to know it, don't believe it, or whatever the case may be, must know that their curvy side comes from Africa. They didn't get that from the European. They didn't get that from the Taino Indian. No, they got that from the African. That's right. So here's a black man who sees a Latina woman with curves and said, oh wow, well, she has curves like a black woman. Well, I like that. Then he goes on to say, well, she has other bloodlines in her because she looks this way. And if that's his preference, then that's his preference. At the end of the day, he's allowed to do that and be selective. Because at the end of the day, it's not so much about a look, but it's so much about the connection you have with that person. So you can initially be attracted to that person because they're Latina, or because they have, a curvy body, XYZ. But it's really the connection that's going to matter at the end of the day. But anyway, the black man says, okay, she has a curvy body. She has other bloodlines that make her look exotic because of European standards. That's okay, as long as that black man now is not shitting on the black woman. That's why I fought the black man, or the black men that do that. Don't come now, and I'm speaking to my black men now, don't come and admire the Latina woman for her exoticness and her curviness and whatnot, but then shit on the black woman, because that's not cool at the end of the day. We're not doing that. Many black men have black mothers, and I say black men meaning all shades of black men. Many black men have mothers that are dark skinned but don't want a dark skinned woman in their life. Why? Because you have to understand where he came from. Where's his mentality? There are some black men that I know that don't want their children dating black men or black woman. They don't. And I'm sure many people have heard that. Don't bring no nappy head baby home. Don't bring this home, don't bring that home. So you hear that over a period of time, you might be inclined to be like, you know what? I like this black guy over here, but I may choose him because he may be more accepted in my family. That was a conversation I had with a young lady at one point in time. And she was a Latina woman that told me that her family did not approve of her dating any black men. White, of course. Latino, of course. Black, not so much. And I'm talking about black no matter what shade of black. So, you know, I'm touching on this because I don't fault Cyn. I'm not bashing Cyn at the end of the day. If she has that man or those men who want to roll out the red carpet for her and you know, kiss her ass, so to speak, then hey, let them do that. My black woman, I understand the plight of the black woman. And I encourage you all to look outside the box. Step outside your comfort zone. If the black man in your local neighborhood or your area is not doing it for you, there's other black men in other places. But you have to be open-minded to think like that and to see that. You can say to yourself, I don't want to deal with my black man, my local black man here. Let me go to see what the Caribbean black man is talking about, the African black man is talking about, the South American black man. We're all over. Vice versa, I say to my black men, step outside the comfort zone and travel and go see that there's other black women that you can adore and you will admire and you will love and you will learn to, you know, experience and whatnot. That's the gist of it all to me, is that we need to step outside of the comfort zone and see what else is there. And you might have a different perspective, if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, in Africa right now, there are places that black women can go to no matter what shade you are and be treated and be adored. I say that to Cyn Santana, speaking her mind, saying what she said. I don't fault her for that. Cyn is who she is at the end of the day. She has the right to like and entertain whatever male she wants to. And if that male chooses to do by his right as a grown man to please her or adore her in a way that he sees fit, let him do that. As a people, as a black people in general, no matter what complexion you are, think outside the box. Because you too can have somebody that adores you and rolls out the red carpet for you too, even if it's not in your neck of the woods. I want to shout out Art Cathy, a black woman that I follow. And on one of her episodes, she said that there's a culture out there that shits on black men. I said again, there's a culture out there that shits on black men. Of women that's doing that. So for my ladies, I just want to make sure y'all know what side y'all on. Because there's some women that are in that culture and shit on black men, but then want to take offense because a Latina woman steps in and says, well, I like black men because XYZ. Well, what side are you on? Are you on the side of the culture shitting on black men? Or are you on the side trying to uplift your black man? Pick one. So don't trash the black man because his preference is a Latina woman, because you could be that same woman, you know, in that culture shitting on black men. And you might have, you know, the argument of black women saying, well, if he prefers a Latina woman, then so be it. We don't want him anyway, or we don't really care for him. Yeah, well, we don't care for the black woman that's shitting on us. So we know that we both, black man and black woman, have been hurt, have been damaged, so to speak, due to historical events that have happened. But let's not get to that place where we are tearing each other down. Let's not forget where we are. We are not in Africa where there's still communities and there's still places and cities and towns where, again, as a black man or as a black woman, you are appreciated, no matter what complexion you are. But in these Western societies, the black man and black woman are not pushed to the forefront as beauty. We're not seen in that light. And again, and if we are seen in that light, it's the ones who are lighter complected. So at the end of the day, let's get to a place where we could have a conversation and understand that, hey, we too, no matter who you are, you can have that opportunity, you know, to get to have someone that adores you, that loves you, that rolls out the red carpet for you. So anyway, good people, I'm gonna end it right here and tell y'all thanks again for coming on. Thanks for supporting. Y'all know what to do. Subscribing is free. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I will see y'all next time. Easy.